This is the new expansion, Thunder at Our Gates. Just let's set expectations for the video, guys. This is going to be a long play where I play blind and explore the new mechanics with you. There's going to be lots of things I don't understand fully, things that I'm not fully read up on because I've not read the dev diaries. So I'm going to go in blind and prepare me to make lots of mistakes. If you're disappointed when you see mistakes in this video, well, I warned you. I'll let you know. So they've changed the country select screen. So now it's into categories. Other than just a mass amount of flags, we've got them categorized. And they've also got an extra category of non-played. That's actually interesting to see, isn't it? Because if you're playing, as you're a YouTuber, you'd be curious to see what countries they played and not played. Some of these aren't quite accurate, though. I have played Czechoslovakia. And I have played the Warlords, but I'll admit it was many years ago. And I played the UK many a time. So I don't know what this is. Maybe they've changed it. Anyway, let's hop into a game as the UK, a country I'm familiar with. And I'm going to just check out the new features. Quite a common question people ask me is, what's the free stuff and what's the DLC stuff? I've got a list here. The free DLC stuff is the Division Designer Regimental support is new. This has been reworked. New regimental supports are available. We're not seeing them here, though. Oh, we've got infantry guns. New regimental supports are unlocked through text and affected by some doctrines. And there are the following regimental supports: infantry guns, rocket battery, anti-tank battery, anti-air battery, heavy weapons company, motorized heavy weapons company, and light, medium, heavy tank destroyers. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do research all, then look in the division design, and let's have a little look what we got. Wow, that looks the same. Let's cheat in some XP. Maintenance company, anti-tank. Yeah, this is all the same. This is no different than it once was. Okay. Now we have different rows of infantry, and you can select combinations now of different infantry in the categories. Okay, let's delete the row, and then we'll get the different row. Okay, and that all looks the same as well. Yeah, this is all the same. Yep, we see no changes here. That's fine. Now let's check out the regimental supports. So now you've got the rows of the infantries or the tanks. Let's make a few rows just to mix it up a bit. And tank. No, we've already got a tank. Motorized? We're cavalry. Then we'll save. So if I hold shift now, I need to have 3 battalions before I can select a regimental support. Okay. So we've got heavy motorized weapons company. That's added on to the tanks. And the anti-tank adds on some other ones. They're all infantry-based ones, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, no, these are motorized as well. And then the horse ones are the same. And then the infantry ones are the same as well. It's only ones that are tanks that are different. For some reason, the tanks can only have a heavy weapons company. Okay. Anyway, let's look at the new ones. So we've got infantry weapons, which is big on the soft attack, as you would imagine. And defense is good too. And then we've got a rocket battery, which is also big on the soft attack as well. A little bit more on the breakthrough. Anti-air battery, of course, anti-air, anti-tank, piercing. We also have a heavy weapons company. So this one gives lots of defense. This is like machine guns, isn't it? And then we also have the motorized heavy weapons company, which gives significantly more breakthrough. So it just gives the bonuses you would normally get, plus the bonuses you'd get for motorized as well. So that's no different. So this shows the hardness. It's no longer a bar, it's just a percentage. Then we've got organization, then we've got HP and max speed. So it's showing the main stats here, and then we've got all the rest of the stats on the top right. Change the armor. Let's check a few others out. So we've got the motorized. You can see it gives an upgrade for breakthrough, specifically for the heavy weapons recon. Also unlocks heavy weapons by going for the support weapons, as well as improvements for the infantry guns as well. Doesn't appear we've got new equipment types, though. It just uses all artillery. So what artillery now is a category of different artilleries. So for instance, if we go here and then on infantry guns, that adds on 4 artillery. So it's a very small amount of artillery in the division. Interesting. But they're all artillery now. Actually, heavy weapons isn't artillery. Infantry guns is only 4 artillery, but the heavy weapons company is infantry equipment and support equipment. A very small amount of support equipment too, only 5. Interesting. So there's kind of 2 things going on here. This is kind of a slightly more streamlined system now, because you don't have to have artillery in the division, but technically you do, don't you? But now you've got the additional original support. So now I was wrong, actually. This is a more complex system than what we've currently already got, because we've got the expansion of regimental supports. My understanding was that line artillery was going to be obsolete and it only could be added on as a part of a regimental support, but that's not true. Regimental support companies, these are support troops attached to regiments. Regimental support companies do not affect the max speed of the division, other than through terrain bonuses, and do not increase combat width. Okay, so they're basically freebies, basically. They do additional stats, project them into the division, but they don't change the combat width, and they don't change the speed. So it's the kind of I would call these as a freebie support company, I guess, a freebie, which which is practically how support companies work currently as well. Before hopping to a game, we'll capture generals. This is something new as well. Army HQs. I wanted to check out the changes to doctrines to see if... Oh, a grand doctrine for special forces. Oh, hello. This is new. Let's sneak this one in. Anyway, infantry. This is all the same. Okay. Just wanted to see if infantry weapons were in here. Yeah, there you go. Motorized Heavy Weapons Company, soft attack. Okay, so there has been some changes inside of here. There you go. Heavy Weapons Company plus 10% breakthrough and organization. Oh, here we go. Great War Infantry plus 20% soft attack for regimental support artillery right at the bottom. To me, that feels like a freebie, so it's nice they added that on. Cool. Anyway, grand doctrines for special forces. Just uses infantry equipment. Infantry XP, shall I say. So this is selecting between the big special forces and the quality. So quality versus quantity. No brainer really, isn't it, guys? You want to go for quality. And then there's 2 branches here. Oh, guys, they've fully implemented a special forces rework. Wow. And that's the additional branch. This is the branch system now. Wow. Okay. And they actually use naval XP and air XP. Okay, I did not see this coming. They've sneaked this one in. That's actually really cool. So let's just say that we go for Rangers. And there you go. Those are the upgrades. Because you have the flexibility to select the different paths for your special forces, this feels a slightly simplified system because you don't have as much choices to make. You just pick your grand doctrine, pick your sub doctrine, and then you kind of move on. Interesting. Anyway, with the UK, so we're going to select some generals, some divisions, shall I say. And then we'll select this one. And we've got command power, assign a commander. This is a headquarters HQ. He's redeploying. En route in 1 day. Move everyone here. Oh, that's a different sound effect. The drums. So he's assigned here. Do we not get to select the division that he's assigned to? So it's this guy. He's here. HQ with this division. Oh, he's specifically a HQ division. Template. Okay, this is not what I expected. Commander bonuses. So FYI, guys, if you're probably wondering, wow, Dave really doesn't know what he's doing here. It's because I don't. I'm playing completely blind, and I'm experimenting for the first time as if you guys have loaded up the game. So this is the template for a HQ. So if we want to, we can expand it by adding more infantry on, but it's not very big. It's only 8 width. We could change that to a tank HQ, motorized HQ, or even a special forces HQ. Okay. We get to expanding onto its corresponding one. Yep. Of course, that's not a very good division because the org is very low, but you also get to add on this headquarters staff. Naval Liaison, Special Operatives Coordination. This feels like building a Land Cruiser. Okay, there's definitely some spicy options here. So my understanding is this had an area effect option. However, when I hover over it, I can't see the area of effect. I assumed it was like a circle for the air, but we can't see that. This guy I've noticed is glowing red to indicate that he's a HQ. The Army HQ is below 20% fighting strength. If it is destroyed, the Army's commander may be captured. Deploying a commander with an Army HQ enables the commander to use commander abilities. Commander abilities are influence units assigned to the same frontline order as the Army HQ, based on the distance of that Army's HQ to the front line. So it doesn't visibly show on the map anymore, the HQ range. It just says as assigned as a part of the front line. Bonuses granted to the commander deployed with the Army's HQ. And the UI is a little bit tight here. A little bit difficult to read. Okay, I believe the flashing red means that I'm below 20% fighting strength. So let's let the fighting strength go up and just see what happens. Wait a few days. Waiting for 80 heavy tanks to deploy. Cheating a few tanks. We don't actually have a heavy tank template, right? No, we don't. Make something random. The Black Prince. There we go. And now it's no longer flashing red. And we have the full HQ strength. So what if I was to do something really silly, like, let's say we deploy all the divisions to here, all of them, apart from the HQ, which we'll put on the complete opposite end. Is the game going to indicate to us we're not getting the HQ bonuses? No, it doesn't show anything. No. I'd imagine the meta of HQs is to go for whatever gives you the most org and strength. You don't really want a heavy tank, do you? Because their fighting ability is going to be very low. So it looks like these are all unlocked through support companies, battalion modifiers, hospital group staff. Here's me thinking that this update was going to be more of an update and less of a rework, but it looks like it's a rework. Oh, we go. There's another button down here. Army HQ proximity close. The Army HQ will stay 1 province away from the assigned front line. At this distance, minus 5% max planning, minus 5% planning speed, and combat bonus effectiveness plus 4%. Free control will not move automatically. So let's assign them here, and he'll move automatically. What if I just give him free will? He still moves anyway. It's best to have him on the front line, though, because look, then you're getting the big bonuses. So this affects these command abilities as well. Oh, they've added new sound effects. Attack, breakthrough. The effects are all the same. Yeah, they're all the same. If I do it, it does affect all of them throughout the army. How far the HQ is away from it. I'm trying to understand the mechanics here. So check out this HQ, and it has additional... Let's have a look. Trying to find one that I can visibly see. Special Forces attack. Yeah, I'm trying to find bonuses here that I can look at one of the tank divisions and see if the bonuses are moving over, but there's nothing I can clearly see is affecting it. I wonder, and I worry sometimes that the HQs, their bonuses are so small that whether they're actually worth having as a part of the division. I mean, that one here, that leader skill bonus plus 20%, that seems pretty good. So basically, you're getting 20% more of these into the army itself. Well, that's new. Planning reduces command abilities cost. Interesting. A new sub-doctrine was added called Operations. It's called Dispersed Operations. Dispersed Operations. Here we go. Ooh, that's pretty strong. So this is a reliance on ground troops and not having an air force. So it's reducing the impact of CAS, air superiority, but 5% reinforce rate for going for that automatically. That's pretty strong. That's really good for minor powers. Ships now have captains. There we go. Captain Bradley Go Lightly. I love that name. You do have the ability to promote captains to, I presume, admirals. So they work a bit like officer generals. However, this guy cannot be promoted because he doesn't have enough XP. All right, this guy can be promoted. Go lightly, promote. There he is. He's a gunnery expert. I mean, this just works like the divisional system. This is pretty much the same way you promote generals, which is kind of cool because you've got like a chain of command now, which is cool. It feels like admirals and generals don't just appear out of thin air now. That's cool. Medals can now be granted to ship captains as well. However, I cannot see any of those because I've not got any merits to give them, any distinctions. Okay, now the paid stuff. I believe the ship captains is paid as well. New focus tree for Australia, the Dutch East Indies, and Siam. Focus tree tweaks for New Zealand. It's the same focus tree, they've just modified it a wee bit. Okay, let's play an actual game. Oh, this is the new wallpaper. Wow. Single player, new game, 936. Let's play as Siam. I think it'd be kind of fun to go for an expansionist path. Let's have a look. So we usually have historical filter, but not for this focus tree, we don't. Okay. Territorial expansion. Recover Indochina. Pantheism. Okay, let's do this one and then go down the left path. Once again, I don't know what the historical path is, so we'll just go through them. 7-day focus is unlocks the military wing of neutral and civilian wing of neutral. Becomes active. Once these mechanics, I'm not sure how they work, so we're kind of just play by ear and just have a little play. Some of you guys like to play by reading. I like to play by doing. I'm a doer. Some people are learners, a paperwork kind of guy. I'm kind of a bit of a doer. I like to put my fingers into things and, I don't know, experiment. All right, we've got infantry Mayo. That's good. Definitely going to need trucks and trains. Going to rush for the mills immediately. And then we'll go for some convoys as well. What division have we got? Okay, not bad. 18 width. Okay, that was a 7-day focus. Does that make you guys happy? All right, so we've got like we need to think of a terminology for this. What are these called? Are these like national focus windows? What do we call these? There's probably a term in the industry what these are meant to be. Do we start off with national spirits? No, we don't. However, if we do industrial drive, we gain some factories. Army of Siam gains minus 10% consumer and range. Wow, that's really good. I believe that's currently already in the game, but you start off with it immediately. 35-day focus, standing our ground, or the submission. Okay, I'm getting a bit of a vibe. This is more of a bare bones national focus tree. It's not as complex as some of the others. I think the reason why I say that jumps to mind, is because you don't start off with a lot of national spirits. So we're going to go for the midnight meeting to go for Pantheism. Strengthen the civilian wing. Let's go for it. All right, so it looks like there's a balance of power style system, which isn't a visible one. It's just these two icons. Let's go pretty standard opening with the industry. Start off with some ships, some admirals. Any new traits? None that jump out at me. Fighter director, is that new? I don't think so. What resources have we got? We got a bit of rubber. Oh, a lot of rubber. And that's pretty much it. So we've strengthened the civilian wing, meaning the civilian wing is slightly influenced, gaining a little bit of political power and civilian factories. and then the opposite for war support. So it's basically war versus stability. Right. Direct funds from the military towards development. Okay. So that's, realize that that's so much text inside of that national focus, it doesn't fit there. You know, it's lots of content, guys, when it won't fit in the box. So redirect to military funds, got big penalty to factory output, but big boost to civilian industry. Okay. So I think making mills here was a mistake. We have full support for the civilian wing, gaining compliance gain. Wow, that's strong. But big penalty to making mills. And the big mill penalty. The military wing is now rebellious. Okay. So support the military clique. Should a civil war break out, the extra divisions will support us. If we strengthen, then try to apprehend him via a rebellion. Okay. Guys, honestly, we are playing very blind here. But once again, you might be upset about that, but that's the way I like to play. That's my style. You start with a few planes, actually, as well. We exercise them? Why not? Oh, a few more as well. Okay, we've got some political power. Go for an advisor. The Minister of Finance. Okay, the sound effect for clicking these icons has been disabled. That one hasn't, but that one is. Okay. I am playing a version that's earlier than you guys. I'm playing this probably a few weeks before release, so just FYI, if things don't look right or don't sound right, it's probably because they're still working on the game. I didn't think this expansion was going to be this big. It's surprising me. I thought this was going to be a mini national focus pack, but it looks like Paradox are giving up on the little expansions and only going for the big ones now. So the Midnight Meeting. An uneasy alliance, which gains non-aligned. Fascist power will now be called the military wing, and the non-aligned party will now be called the Royalists. You will seize power leading the country, and you will need to unseat him to restore the monarchy proper. All right, we've uninadvertently gone the monarchy path. Okay, I just wanted to get down to this expansion of lands focus. That's all I wanted. Right, we are supporting the clique and the Midnight Meeting. No lie, I was going to make an every single clique video for every nation that has a monarchy path and just do all the monarchy paths. I could make a little tier list of the monarchy paths and rate them. Does that sound like a fun idea? So what generals we've got? We've got this guy who is skilled. This guy who is charismatic. This guy's really good. We don't have any field marshals, though. Once an Army HQ is ready to arrive, he will relinquish his remaining equipment and manpower from the divisions in the army, leaving at least 10% of the max amount of equipment and manpower in each division. The Army HQ division will be deployed as an experienced level true division of skill 3. Deploying commander with an Army HQ enables the commander to use commander abilities. Commander abilities influence units assigned to the same front line as the Army HQ, based on the distance of the Army HQ to the front line. Okay. So it looks like it scales based on distance. Okay, we're learning new things. So for us to do the expansion, we have to be democratic, and we need to have 25% world tension, 20% war support. Oh, Christ, and we also need Vichy France to exist. So this is basically the beginning of your expansion. That's cool, because it's like a clear indication of where you do start your expansion. That's interesting. However, though, if we go for non-aligned, we can't do this focus, right? Oh, the current party is not democratic. I didn't read it. Reading is my my downfall. I am getting vibes that this focus tree is more bare bones than some of the others I've ever played. I think the problem is, guys, is that Czechoslovakia focus tree was absolutely 10 out of 10. It might even be, in my mind, the best focus tree in the game. Our problem is now every other focus tree I look at just doesn't look as good as that, which makes me sad. Don't really understand the point of this, showing this, because it doesn't really give me any things to click on. You know, like with the Skoda Works, there's things to click on to actually lean my country in different directions. This is just a text prompt, I guess. I was clicking it, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. So the Army of Siam. Do concentrated industry and get that steel imported. Okay, appeal for support. Seek for support of constitutional monarchists. Seek for the support for the absolutionists. Feels like the absolutionist feels more fun, right? We'll oust the government in 49 days. I feel like that's going to lead to a civil war, so I feel like I should press these buttons. Okay, this is similar to another civil war mechanic where you kind of promise a group of people something, and then when the war is won, you have to hand something to them. That's fine. I don't know what to expect because I'm playing blind here, so I'm just going to press all the buttons and just hope for the best. All right, boom. All support for everyone, which felt really easy to do. Okay, and the countdown for the civil war has disappeared. I see. Ambassador to the United Kingdom. Gains political power, research, less civilian intelligence. Interesting. Okay, an option for your industry. You've got the option to Asian financial impact, loads of mills, loads of war support, and revise the unequal treaties, which gives civilian factories. So you choose between mills and civs. The Thai Rice Company, extra construction. Pad Thai, they actually added a focus for Pad Thai, and it's actually really good. So it's basically tie myself off with the Europeans with the left path, and the right path is kind of do my own way. Now, usually going your own way has the biggest benefits, but what happens is it takes a little while longer to get going. I'm gonna go with the left path. It doesn't feel right, but we're just gonna play it out and see how it goes. The Bank of Siam. Oh, hang on. I still have another choice here to make. So the Bank of Siam, so private investment, or the Thai Rice Company. Just gives construction. I feel the need to do the Rice Company. This is interesting. You've got the option to do specialty warfare, reducing supply consumption, which is amazing. And it also has the option to expand your special forces. And alternatively, you can go for artillery, which isn't very good. But this one leads to the name of the DLC, Thunder at the Gates. And it adds armored train, railway guns, creates a free railway gun, and it also reduces the combat width permanently of artillery. This is so good because you've got two choices here that you have to really rack your brains over, like, which is the best one. Another 3% supply consumption and night attack. Oh, okay, the right one's the better one. This is short-term gains, though. Good for little short wars. This is long-term. Steel artilleries, which grants trains minus 10% speed. What does that even mean? Plan for the short war. Intermediate war. Oh, the long war. Medium or long. Easy, medium, or hard. I mean, to be fair with you, though, the 3 off-map military factories. But they're only for 180 days. Oh, no, they're permanent. They're permanent. No lie, I think that's the best one, though. But the other ones are permanent. Okay. So it looks like Japan starts to influence your politics here. Then you get the option to submit to them or stand your ground. And that's when that focus tree opens up. What is this? Get off our shores. There's something about the simplicity of this focus tree that's turning me on. I like it. Jungle armor. Tanks that can attack into jungles and get attack and movement bonuses. That is so cool. All right, resume. Sorry, we've been doing the reading game here. As you probably noticed, when I make my videos on my main channel, I like to plan out the paths I'm going for, so I make a good structured video. But as you can see with this, I'm kind of just guessing as I go, you know? My first run, the blind run, is usually just a guess run to kind of get my feel of how the focus tree works, then I kind of go from there. So the good news is that I'm kind of just waiting for Germany to invade France here before I can kind of do anything. Some big defense on core territory bonuses here, 15%. And there also was another one here, another 5% there as well. One thing I will say is it grays the lines between political advisors and military high commands when some of the military advisors give big bonuses to the army. Like this one, militaristic politician, plus 5% movement speed, army regain and reinforce rate. It feels more of a high command guy, so it's kind of like it. I know it makes you question what category they should be in. Let's go the supernormy approach by going for silent workhorse. So this is the monarchy path here. Need 50% support for the loyalists. And I get the loyalists by pressing buttons, I'm presuming. Okay, that amount is already ticking up. 70% support. No, 50%. 50%. Leaders of the senior officers. Division attack. Okay, well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? He's got way better stats. Can I still form that formidable nation? No, it's not available anymore. So we either go with Japan and get 3 rangers, or we go with the British, and that gives us a bunch of free equipment. I mean, are these 3 divisions permanent? Never mind, I'll go with the guns. Okay, the King's Gamut. Can't go for that until we have 50% support. Do we have an advisor that we could select that's going to give us some more support for non-aligned? Democracy. Fascism. Democracy. Non-aligned. Privy Council President. So that 10 times in a row. Privy Council President. Privy Council President. Actually, it's easier than you think. Yeah, that's the one I need to go for. I should have gone for that one first because it makes advisors cheaper as well. So in the meantime, we go for army stuff. So Pad Thai is pretty good. Agricultural tax reductions, which grants additional consumer goods. So it's big penalties to my economy, but I slowly claw it back over time. Click factories. Oh, the big factories are here. 2 factories, 1 factories. Being on limited economy will yield additional civilian factories for an export. I like that national focuses have unique behaviors like that. That one here, see that? Being on limited exports or closed economy will yield additional civilian factories. I like that a lot. I like that focuses feel less one-dimensional and just about click them and proceed with the gameplay. And it actually makes you think about what you're going to do next. I don't know, I like that a lot. 2 off-map military factories. 2 additional if you are at war. Adds production 8 steel into random core states when at war. Okay. The beauty of playing a minor power and kind of a more basic nation like Siam is you get this full experience of all the game mechanics. You don't have to feel like you're dealing with overseas colonies. You have to deal with faction mechanics. You don't have to deal with any kind of complex army or navy setup. So everything is just really straightforward. I do feel that with this focus tree, it does lean a little bit more towards the simple end. I think I want to go for the middle one, the 1 off-map civvy plus 5% production output. Okay, let's do that. Intermediate war preparation. I think my take is the bonuses that give stuff permanently is better stuff that's temporary, right? But then 3 off-map mills. That's really good early game, though, isn't it? Then again, I'm not really struggling with the economy too much. I don't know. Every time I do something, I'm kind of questioning it. I'm like, is that the right decision? Right now, I desperately need steel. But didn't I just gain a bunch of steel? No, I only gain that when you're at war. Oh, of course, of course. So let's do what it says. Let's go for limited exports. But you can't do that unless... I don't know. But also, our stability is really low at the moment. Anything to get our stability up? Pad Thai. People's Army. The People's Day. I've got like communism baked into my brain. I just saw everything just links to communism for me. All right, we're almost at 50% support, so we can probably do our civil war, I'm presuming. It's all guesswork. And then Pad Thai for more stability. Ah, it's because I need to be mobilized to do that. Okay. This is something I just never usually do, so it's kind of nice that the game is leading me in that direction, even though I wouldn't ever usually do that. Oh my god, that is so good. All right, once upon a time, I worked with another modder. Well, I'll be fair, he did all the work, but I just gave an idea. And the idea was that why not have an ability to boost dockyard output massively, but then have a penalty like other parts of your industry? And it looks like Paradox have actually implemented that. Once again, great minds think alike. They've probably completely not heard my idea. This is just probably something that they've accidentally stumbled upon. But look how fucking cool is that? 25% dockyard output, but minus 10% factory output. That is so good. Why can't we have a balance of power for that kind of stuff, you know? The idea that you can disable your economy then focus everything on Navy to make a massive Navy. So you can actually catch up to the rest of the world by overly investing into the Navy. That is so good. But I don't make navies, so it doesn't make a lot of difference to me, sadly. Okay, we could do Pantylism now. Can't pronounce that. Pantyism? Yeah, Pantyism. All right, support weapons, which unlocks heavy weapons companies, which is a no-brainer to add on because it only uses a very small amount of artillery. So now it feels to me like minor nations can get away with a little bit more well-suited infantry divisions. Damn, 7 mills in the capital? Oh, there's so many extra building slots. Okay, Tyism. My brain will not say that correctly. So this gives extra recon, justification time, yada yada. Okay, here we go. Demand the return of lost territory. We will ask owners of Indochina and parts of the British Malaya to return these states. Influential factors, having a fighting strength of at least 30% compared to the owner. Owner's at war with a major. Owner is not in a faction. Owner is Vichy France. We are in a faction and the owner dislikes us. It doesn't specifically say if that leans towards a positive or a negative. I presume if they dislike you, they're less likely to go ahead with that, aren't they? Ability to launch limited wars against Indochina territories. Unlocks the ability to launch limited wars against Burma and Malaysia. Wow. Now, I really need guns. And I can also add the infantry guns on, right? Extra 4 artillery per division, which is a win. But then support artillery as well. Let's just see what this is actually doing, so if it's cost effective. This increased soft attack by 7.5. That's very low. And then the artillery adds additional 15. Okay. But I just feel like now with a more raw division, more basic division, I can kind of do a little bit more than I wouldn't be able to before. Extra research slot. We also have 50%. No, we don't have 50%. We've actually gained more democracy. Okay, I'm liking the way my country's coming together now. We've got enough army. We can recruit an HQ. I'm just not sure how helpful that is. I'm starting to think the safer option is to do the Indochina things. Oh, where is that? The focus tree is so spaced out, I'm struggling to find stuff. So this is going to do either raids. No, it says a limited war, so we're going to go full-on war here, which is very scary. We buy some guns from the market. Oh, wow, they're selling 4 guns. That's amazing. More soft attack. So going for artillery buffs your artillery. We're going for support weapons, buffs your infantry guns. Okay. So the question is, how do I get heavy machine guns? What unlocks that? It's not here. It's not here. Okay, let's do it. Retake the lost British states. We're going to need at least 30 divisions to cover this front line, right? I wonder if I'm a war against Burma or whether it's the whole British Empire. If it is the British Empire, I am probably going to do very well. Okay, radio. Realize we can go for limited conscription. I am sitting on political power, which is not a good idea. Infantry expert. Food distributor gives extra construction. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's the Thai rice company. One thing I really like about some of the national spirits of some of the new nations is the ability to get bonuses from civilian economy. I know the Czechs do a really good job with that. It doesn't appear to be the case with my current build, though. So how does this work, then? Start a limited war against the United Kingdom, Malaya, and Burma. Ah, retake London. the core territory of Thailand. I'll move here. Oh, they moved troops here. It's like they know what we're going to do. Is this a new mechanic? I move them away and then move them back. No, they know what we're doing. Crack down on foreign merchants. Gives extra war support, but lose factory output. 1 year's worth of cheaper guns. Okay, some of these have got big trade-offs. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of them. Specialized warfare, nighttime training. That's a big boost. And then doctrine, grand battle plan. Oh no, you've already got that unlocked. So infantry weapons and heavy weapons. Heavy weapons gives big defense bonuses. So this new doctrine here would be really useful, wouldn't it? Because we've not really got an air force. So it basically buffs all ground forces. Okay, something to think about. Okay, because I have no idea what to expect, I am going to make a save here. Start a limited war against the United Kingdom. Start a limited war against Malaysia. Oh, so we're actually fine for this port. Okay, that's new. Singapore is now British, as it should be, based. Okay, we're just waiting for the guns now. 4 shipments of guns. Partial mob. Limited exports. This will now give additional civilian factory, which is really cool. I kind of want to add a HQ here, don't I? Create a HQ. And here he's there. He is. Then we can modify that HQ. Add battalions on, I guess. This is a headquarters staff. It gives leader bonuses plus 20%. Then we have forward air controller. Okay, none of these really apply. No, okay, that's fine. New territorial administrations. This allows you to give compliance and industry fortifications. Okay. Ooh, the Greater Thai Empire. You got to control a lot of land, though. Okay. I guess I want to add on more artillery. More infantry guns. This is a risk. Save scum chance very high. Let's do it. Limited war against the British Malaya. Instantly declares war. And we're at war with Burma. I did not expect that. Let's just see how this pans out, and we can always save scum if we need to. That just means we need so many divisions on the front line. Stalled offensive. We will never surrender. Okay, so the idea is this is a limited war. It's basically not meant to be a war that is meant to be drawn out. And there you go. I got capped. Peace. That's actually kind of cool. The problem with limited wars is they have to be individually coded per country, per war. I know it's something the community has really wanted. They love the idea of limited wars because every war being a total war is a bit kind of silly. But this means if I do want to pursue this, I need a lot more divisions on the front line. Guess what I could do is have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions here. And then I could just very quickly jump across the front line here. Okay. I think it's doable. I just need more planning. Be kind of cool to see how early I could pull this off. Engineering staff, additional fort attack, recon staff, terrain XP gain plus 20%. Interesting. Division speed from military police. So these are the HQ bonuses. Engineer, planning staff, attrition, equipment capture factor. Less likely to get sick. That one is a biggie. Logistics, less supply. I mean, that one is pretty good too. Max planning 3% is also pretty good. Regardless, I need to up my numbers here massively. Yeah, massively. I need way bigger army overall for this. I do question whether this is too big, this division, based on how I'm playing. I would probably guess that the strat here is to take out Indochina when France has fallen, then think about Britain. Question is, though, am I able to do several limited wars? Probably not. Because they're all going to bring in the allies, aren't they? So in that case, I need to cover the... Yeah, I have to cover the front line of France, too. Yeah, I have to wait for France to fall. Actually, let's just test that out. Let's just test that out. So if I do a limited war against Malaya again. Okay, so France doesn't get invited in. It's just the puppet nations of Britain. I think that might be one of the criteria of a limited war. Okay, that's good. I'm learning how those mechanics work now. All right, we're at 50% support for royalists now. Question is, though, going the royalist path, will it help me? Because in this case, I can declare war, and am I democracy? No, I'm fascist. I can declare war in my current state, so what's the advantage of going for a monarchy path? So the king's gamut, restore order, forge a king, ascend the throne. Can't tell if bonus is good or big LARP. So we select a king, I guess. Yeah, I feel like I'm LARPing here. I don't actually feel like this is helping me. Constitutional monarchy or absolute monarchy? Minus 60% stability. But, it gives 2.5% weekly stability tick, which is very strong. So basically, the safe path is the Constitution, but then if you want to go chaos mode, you go for the absolute. Interesting. Okay. Let's do a limited war against France then. Let's just see if that's easy, because that means there's, well, less front line then, isn't there? 8 divisions, 24 divisions. On the issues, we have no access to supply in the middle in the jungle. That means I have to railroad, get them all here, exercise them up. Yeah, infrastructure in the capital here would have been mega. Why? Because you can concentrate so many mills in this one state. Yeah, that would have been the right meta choice there. Oh, well, the more you know, eh? Oh, this has 25 divisions under this general because one of them's a HQ. Do the King's Gambit, but that's a civil war, right? Yeah, it's a civil war. I don't know why we have to go for that one now. Once again, I do feel like that path's more of a meme than it is actually the right path for me at the moment. All right, we've got the full planning here. So we'll move everyone out. Get the org up. Go for the machine guns. Make a save again because I don't know what's going to happen. Don't tell me off a save's coming. I don't know what's going to happen. Org up. And limited war against France. Got to be very careful here. Trying to snake to... Well, victory points a second, but the first one is the ports. Aggressive, boys. Go aggressive. Go, go, go. Here, then here. Hanoi. They're not connected. Move there. HQ can attack, even though I think their combat effectiveness is quite low. There you go. And encircled. Good. More French divisions have arrived now, so... the ability to win is more limited. Limited war against France. Ah, so you have to win within the time period of, I assume, 90 days. And if you don't, well, then I guess the objective was a failure, I guess. Your attack into Saddam Hussein's... Well, attack into Iran as Saddam Hussein was a failure. I think this is doable within the time period. I think it's going to be really tight, but I think we can get in. AI is being a little bit passive here, which is very unlike it. Maybe it's due to my limited wars. Good. Close them down. Don't want to lose that pocket there. Playing 5-speed, pausing, unpausing aggressively. My play style. It's how I like to play, okay? Having a railway connected is going to be worth it. And... okay, we have disconnected the north and the south here. However, how long have we got left? 28 days. We're not going to be able to do it. Can't do this because my guy is sick. Oh, man, that old chestnut. Okay, the AI is running away here. Can we be aggressive? We have done some massive damage to France here. Let's have a look at the casualties. Yeah, 104k. Guys, come on. Keep moving. Keep moving. Military support from Italy. And 8 days. It doesn't really say what my objective is. One of the following must be true. France's 20% surrender process capitulated. I presume it will be to seize this colony, I guess. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Probably have to own all... oh, victory. Okay, there we go. How long did we have left? Oh, how many time left? Okay. Commit to a total war. Okay. France accepts defeat. White peace. Oh, we get the lot. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I like that a lot. That's so cool. Only issue is this land now does not want to be a part of Thailand. Single horse, that old chestnut. Boom. Add on the horse. Need that guns really badly now. But we also are going to need another army. And we're going to increase conscription. King of the White Elephant. New administrative territories. Let's go for this and see what it does. Okay, develop these regions to gain additional compliance growth that consumes civilian factories for 180 days. However, it gives a reward of additional factories as well. This adds a stronghold network. Previously, a facility research now can be obtained just by clicking a button. Abandon the French tools. Oh, use the abandoned French tools. Okay. Well, that's just, it's free. So why would I not press that? Why is that region really small, but these ones are really big? And these ones are just defense. Okay. The Army Ordnance, that's the word, is the same Mayo. Why not just combine these 2 miles into one then? For artillery and infantry. Just make one a bit different, unique. They've got the same name, but they've got separate Mayos. It'd be kind of cool if they combined them, wouldn't it? Okay, we're going to go for defensive postures. No, Great War Infantry. God, it's hard. Defensive postures and Great War Infantry, they're very similar with their outcomes. Buy guns from Romania. What's the cheapest? Cheapest is Yugoslavian Albanian guns. Okay, we'll buy a few of that. Bulgarians, Yugoslavians, and Bulgarians again, was that? I personally think, hand on heart, the 25% growth there isn't the best thing from there. The best thing there is that extra civilian factory, which we'll gain later on anyway. Right, you guys go on this front line. Go here. Yeah, the objective here is to narrow this front line. This front line's massive. What you need to do here is just hold the north bit and then slice this in half when the war goes live. Let's just pop these here now and just see if that's doable. Defense. Got a jungle guy. Oh, that's going to be difficult. They've got a lot of divisions. Yeah, that's going to be really hard. That's bad. That's a really long front line. Maybe we should just wait for them to go to war against Germany then. But it's a limited war, so that means I don't have to worry about total war. There you go. It's a limited war, so I don't have to worry. So it is better to wait for them to go to war against Germany. It's a strange one, this one. I feel like I've run out of focuses a lot earlier than usual. Oh, this reduces resistance. Okay, that one's a good one. This is a big boost to my domestic industry because we're getting all this rubber production now. Artillery enthusiast, minus 15% cost for artillery, but you lose 20% reliability. Oh, that's totally worth it. They may explode in your face, but you can make more of them. That sounds like a challenge. So what's this? Doctorate of Aeronautical Engineering. Air range, 15%, that's good. Or yield the air war. Just makes you produce more anti-air. That's fun. Okay. I do like the options there, though. It'd be kind of cool if there was an option to flip back and forth. Like, oh, that's an idea. What if not allow you to redo focuses at some point so you can change them? Why am I always fixed into a decision for the rest of the game? Why can't I U-turn? Feedback Gaming famous for his U-turns. The Provisional Government of Cambodia. Oh, right, okay. They want us to make the collaboration government. And in this instance now, because we have full control, it just doesn't matter. The compliance is already high. This is a luxury you don't usually get in Hoi 4, having high compliance from the get-go, you know? You know what I've just realized? The artillery ordnance doesn't give a bonus to infantry guns. Yeah, it doesn't give a bonus to infantry guns, which feels a little bit like something that's missed. Okay. Another Army HQ. Feels like there's no downside to this. Can I... Because you create new templates for HQs. You can create different kinds of HQs, right? But in this instance, none of them benefit me other than the infantry one that I've got. Okay. Well, at least I've explored the idea. Oh, that's really interesting. So you put it on the front line, it can take damage, but you get the maximum effectiveness. Or there's a chance you can put them on the front, off the front, sorry, and then you get less bonuses. Interesting. But there's a chance you could lose them, which is pretty bad. 1,000 guns in the bank. Switch from old guns to new guns. Okay, France still stands. However, we're very close to a war against, France, I guess. Put these boys on the front line, and let's see if we can do our limited war. Once again, I am going to save scum this. Sorry. Once again, this is a practice run. I'm just trying out my strats here. I don't want to be investing too heavily. Okay. Did I get the steel? There you go. The steel did appear when I went to war. Okay. So Burma war, Malaya war, and UK war. It'd be nice if it said what your objective was. I know it's a bit of a no-brainer. It's the lands that are adjacent to you that form the Greater Thai Empire. I get that. It'd be kind of nice if it just said. I presume what you're trying to get from Britain is Singapore and maybe this. Or maybe it's just this. And then from Burma, you're getting all of the jungle lands, I guess. And then I guess maybe you're capping Malaya? We're going to find out. All right. Support anti-air adds an additional 17 anti-air. If I go for the anti-air battery, that's only 9.5. So 9.5 versus... Would it make more sense if more of these were unique? No? We'll just go with the one for that time being. We'll do Cult of Heroism to get the free medals. And Offensive War Modifier. That would actually be kind of useful. HQ is waiting to get to level 3. Doesn't matter as much because they're not actually going to be attacking. Anyway, regardless, let's do this. Save scum. Dave, why don't you take a risk? No. Declare war. And boosh. And then can't go here because there's no air bases here. So I'm just going to have to deploy them where I can put them. Release from Germany. And then we push here. The skill to this is to push into the gaps you can make. And it looks like we can make some gaps. Go here, then here. Here, then here. And this looks like it's going well too. Only issue in this region of the world is supply. Another gap in the front line. Once again, with all the war happening in Europe, this is becoming a lot easier because all the armies are distracted. Another Lend-Lease from Italy. I'll take that. Victory or go total war? The question is, though, do I have the ability to revisit this? That's the question, isn't it? And I like the idea of wiping out as much British divisions as possible. Okay, this is kind of a bit of a bug. I get to kind of sit on this forever and ever. Oh, hang on. That's a bug. Ooh, ooh. Is that a naval invasion? Here it is. Yeah, they should make this happen immediately. The fact I can sit on this, it feels like a bit of a bug. So that took the parts of the land that I needed. But can I do another limited war? I can, and I can do it immediately. Losing more than 20% of the process will... Okay. Well, in that case, this is a no-brainer, isn't it? I just do this again. Feels a bit OP. But go here. And then 4 divisions go here. And then the rest go here. Everyone get back into position. And if I can chain these together back to back, then, well, that's a massive win, isn't it? Okay, you are stuck. Oh, it's because we've run out of convoys. We have to wait for them to move. Everyone's in position. Staff office plan. And then we do a limited war for... It feels weird to me to declare just for that tiny dot of land. So I think I'm going to do Burma next. Any equipment? A little bit. It's from all this land that we occupy, isn't it? Yeah. But focus on our army first to get the maximum stats. I feel a bit like I want to gamble this one. The reason I say that is I was going to save scum. Oh, that was the bit of land I wanted. Okay. So I say yes to that. I immediately get it. Immediately put everyone back into position again. Okay, this does feel a bit gamey. I'm not going to lie. I do feel a bit icky about this. And then declare again. Okay. All right, I do feel a bit uncomfortable about this, okay? Just a little bit. I do feel like I'm gaming it a little bit here, and this is severely weakening the allies. I do like how powerful these divisions are. I'll give it that. Should we go for the new sub-doctrine? Yeah, dispersed operations. So this will benefit our anti-air massively. Logistics too. In that case, we might as well go for logistics as well, right? I don't know why you guys aren't going. Like a field marshal front line just for any divisions that aren't deciding to commit. That one's going to be very difficult to push. More guns from Germany, I will accept. Breaking that river line is always difficult. In multiplayer games, you see this all the time. However, it looks like there's a possibility of breaking the north, though. That's been captured. Good. Everyone on the front. Can we do a staff office plan? Yeah, we can. I just realized, when I activate the battle plan, does the HQ move too? I'm not sure. Yes, the HQ attacks too. You know, I actually prefer the HQ didn't attack. I guess maybe you'd put them on 1 to do that. Yeah, that would make more sense. Oh, that was actually a mistake. Because now I can't break the river line. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, that's perfect. Get a nice surround there. Then we can wrap around the coastline. There we go. Bit of air power as well. We'll assign that, attach that on automatically. Grab another capital, another port. Yeah, that northern mountains and rivers I can't break, but I can take the south. I wonder what land is technically what I'm trying to get. That's what I mean. It's just a little bit confusing here, isn't it? Like what land I actually need to achieve my objectives. I wonder if when this expires, whether it'll consider it a victory or a loss. So, okay, this considers it a loss. We will never surrender. Lose org. Ooh, that's really bad. It makes me question what land I need to achieve this objective then. This looks like the hardest objective to get out of all of them. I guess it's maybe this state. Where's the capital? Oh, it's this one here. I'm going to save here and select the bottom one. Oh, I did click the bottom one. That's fine. That's fine. Is this no longer considered limit of war now, though? Is this classed as a full war? Are we technically at war with any of the... No, we're not at war with France. Or maybe we are. No, we are. I think this might have converted to a full war now. But the game needs to make it more clear that this is a proper war now. Okay, so where was the Thai thing? Where was that? There we go. The Greater Thai Empire. Needs 65% compliance in all of these states. And I presume this caused them for you. It does. Yeah, it does. So if you read this carefully, which I'm not a very good careful reader, Federated Shan. Federated... Yeah, it is. Federated Shan. Yeah, that is the state that I need to proceed. I bet I'm low on equipment now. I am. I'm getting brutalized on equipment. What you do in this emergency now is do no garrison. Reinforce into the main armies. Give it a few ticks. And then 1, 2, 3, go back. That just redistributes all the garrison equipment back into your main army. Would really like to close down this division, though. That would be a goal. This is not considered an encirclement, though. No, it's not. However, I do have the ability to cycle this division over and over again. Need to close that in the north. Get some Lend-Lease. Oh, they're going to break it. Yeah. Ah, that really sucks. Really difficult to break these mountain ones that aren't considered encirclements. Ah, I think I'm stuck here now. Maybe I should have, waited a few days. I thought I was in a situation where I could have won that. That's actually cool. I'm learning. We're learning. Remember, it's not always about throwing L's and W's. Sometimes it's about learning. Okay, so that's the autosave. I don't care about the autosave. I want to go back to the save where I got really close. I'm starting to feel like... Let's just do some shenanigans here. Tag Burma. Is there not a Burma? Remember, the objective of today... What was the name of the country again? Brim. Delete all units. Brim. And tag Siam again. To be fair with you guys, what you're seeing right now is how I practice for a video. I kind of play with the mechanics to understand them. And then when I've understood the mechanics, then I actually see how to construct a full video. What I'm trying to discover here, these are Burma divisions, right? Yeah. Delete the divisions, yeah. Delete. All units. Raj. South Africa. England. Okay, so it went for the white peace then. We went back to the status quo. Do I have the ability to do the war again, though? No, it is a one-off thing. It is a one-off job. Okay, okay. We're learning. We're learning. I wanted to see, it looks to me like after you've picked one of these options, you've basically said, yeah, we want a total war. Delete all units. But, Siam. There we go. Now we're just going to occupy this state, which I believe is the one needed. Okay, that was too fast. That was too fast. Maybe if I did the teleport command, and I can just put the divisions where they need to be and see if that achieves the objective. So we TP, then we move the divisions where they need to be. Is this considered a victory now? We have to basically cap Burma. We will never surrender. Yeah, so it looks to me like you either achieve your limited goals or you enter total war. Blow up the Burmese oil fields. I've never seen that before. Let's play legit now. We didn't win that war. We took an L, okay? We were learning, and we learned that Burma is not to be trifled with. It's quite difficult to invade. White peace it is. No! White peace gives everything back? No! No way! That's insane! That is proper cheeky. Very cheeky. I could roll back the previous save game, but I don't want to. Once again, we're exploring the mechanics, and we just want to see where different paths take us. But that is insane. We hand back Vichy France? I guess in a way it does kind of make sense, I suppose, doesn't it? Right, let's do the King's Gambit, and let's just see if this is any fun shenanigans down this path. Do I have the ability to do the limited wars again? No, you get one go at them, and that's it. I mean, to be fair with you, the fact that you can change them together one by one is a little bit intense. Yeah, the fact that you can chain them together back to back in a row is pretty intense. It would be a little bit pushing it if you could, after losing them, do them again. It'd be a very hard war to win now because you've got 3 fronts and you're technically surrounded. All right, this is the Civil War. I could game this by modifying the division, but I'm not going to do that. Bit of a dodgy spot to have your Civil War fight right next to an area where you've got no supply. Oh, there you go, we're done. That's it. So now we've got this guy. And he ain't very good. He ain't very good. This basically puts you into restore mode. The future king is currently young and struggling in Switzerland. We can influence his future studies and interest in ensure he becomes a great king. His birthday is the 20th of September and his age is 15. Oh, so what you're doing here is you're selecting the Regency Council. Oh, that's so cool. I thought you were selecting the king, but you're not. You're selecting the actual regent before the king takes over. That is so cool. Implement naval reforms or you will suffer from a big penalty. With no political movement succeeds alone, monarchists... Okay. Ooh, that's really bad. So these are the demands I made prior to the Civil War, and they want to go ahead with what they want, or they'll be upset. Well, I mean, the first one's pretty easy, building 2 civilian factories. And then the naval reforms, get the coastal defense ship. Just build a coastal defense ship, or just complete this one. It's just a focus, I think. This is to complete the focus. And then there's also... Oh, they're the same. Oh, you have to do one or the other because you've sided with both. Oh, okay, that's really cool too. Okay, we are going to fluff this one because I'm just experimenting. This one's the best one, I think, here. Extra attack of 6%. The sacred homogeny. It's not homogeny, that's a different word. I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. We've got disabilities. You might have autism. You may have Asperger's. I have dyslexia. That is my dysfunction, okay? No discriminate. Absolute monarchy. And then restore order. Forge a king. I kind of send the throne. He has to be 15 years old. So you basically select here his education. Do you want him to have research, attack? God, those 3 bottom ones are pretty good. That's good. That's good. Ah, the attack is the winner there, isn't it? And then ascend the throne. 35 days. That is so cool. I like that you can kind of create the heir that you're about to have. That's really cool. Oh, hang on. There's more options. Guide him towards spiritual pursuits, research, attack again? Okay, I think on hindsight, create a limited war against Indochina. But it's this northern bit. Oh, so you can choose to attack France or Japan. This focus tree excites me because there's lots of possibilities for expansion. There's nothing more boring than to me, let's play, I don't know, nothing against the Philippines focus tree, but the fact that you're an island nation and there's not really any nearby nations to expand to, it feels like it limits the ability for the focus tree to be interesting. Because expanding in Hoi and painting the map is what makes it fun, isn't it? The Forger King, more attack. Well, let me just cancel this focus because I want to see how many times that fires. It might fire 3 times. We'll just give it a little bit more time and just see if it fires again. Oh, 15 divisions. We've got some more divisions here. Peasant militia. Oh, you can make militia. Is that a new thing in Hoi now, or is that just something for Thailand? Oh, it just declares me immediately on Japan. I guess I'm presuming that's a limited war. Yeah, it must be. No, I don't think it's going to fire again. I presume it makes sense, though. 3 traits. And the third trait is the big one. You also got augury as well as the attack. But super, though. Stacking attack, though, that's insanely strong. So that's going to be the one you go for, right? Elite Special Forces. Can't go for that because you've not got the technology. It makes these technologies feel a bit redundant now, these ones. Feels a bit strange to research the Special Forces, then implement the doctrine. Certainly the doctrine and the research kind of overlap, don't they? Ascend the throne, and here he is! His stats aren't that interesting. The death of... Is that how the new monarchy ascends? The king just returns and just kills the previous one? It's very Crusader Kings 2, isn't it? Or 3. 15% attack, though, is massive. Because you're stacking the attack of the infantry expert plus the attack of the leader of the memes. I suppose army offensive would be way forward. I feel like if I did this again now, I could definitely defeat Burma with the attack in the mountains. I do think, though, going forward, getting that soft attack as high as possible, then attacking as aggressively as possible to break this river line is the way forward. If you break this river line, you defeat Burma. Guys, how do I rate the Thai focus tree, the Siam focus tree? I'm going to be honest with you. It feels slightly more budget than Czechoslovakia. However, it does feel good that a lot of the rewards feel good. The only thing I will say, though, there has been many a times when I was doing this focus tree that I didn't choose to do a focus because I didn't feel like that path would help me because I was trying to get non-aligned. And a lot of them give democracy. Like this one, give democracy, democracy, democracy. Actually, that one doesn't give democracy. That one, democracy as well. So that's what I mean. I like going for these focuses. Felt like they hurt me moving towards my political movement, which is fine because you're playing a bit of a balance of politics there, which is fine. Democracy moves you forward, but then monarchies moves you back, which kind of makes more sense, doesn't it? Because you're returning to old ways, I guess. Guys, are you into this kind of video? Is this something you enjoy? Did you like me exploring the game mechanics and playing blind? A lot of the time, people don't enjoy these. They say that they just feel a bit freeform, a bit kind of like non-serious. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you're into this and this is what you were cool for. I'll make more of these if this is what you want. But no, I feel like I really enjoyed exploring Thailand with you. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. If you enjoy this kind of content, guys, don't forget to subscribe. And that's tell me that you want more of this kind of content. Have a good day. Bye-bye.